China used to buy half of their soybeans from the U.S. They now buy no soybeans from the U.S. They now buy half their soybeans from Argentina. I'm not lying. We just gave $20 billion to Argentina because their president with the chainsaw doged his country and tanked their economy. And we've pledged to give them another $20 billion. Meanwhile, the farmers are themselves, in multiple cases of that, and they're going bankrupt. Meanwhile, J.D. Vance has shares in that corporation that goes and buys farms. It's not the Democrats, guys. My MAGA friends, we are not your enemy. We really aren't. Trump is robbing you all blind.
I'm just going to speak on experience. First-hand experience with these farmers in America who are being undermined by the Trump regime right now. Now, I know most of them are Republicans and they voted for Trump, so I have no sympathy for you. I have no sympathy for your farm going under. Who I do have sympathy for are the illegals that you hire, because farmers have to be the number one supplier of illegal slave work. Okay, I've seen what you guys house these illegal people in. I've seen how you keep them up. I've seen the decrepit housing that you put them in, and then you pay them pennies on the dollar. But yet you vote to have them all removed, and then you cry to Trump when they come to your farms and remove them. So Trump says, let's take a step back. We're going to have to look at this now because, oh God, I can't have the illegals leaving who run the farms for the farmers. Okay, for pennies on the dollar. Look, I don't have no sympathy for you farmers. I don't. And I can grow my own food, so I don't need your fucking food, okay? Plus, half your food don't even stay here in the United States. It's shipped out. So, you're not hurting my grocery bill, okay? What you are hurting is human beings who you hire for pennies on the dollar and put them in decrepit housing. You should be ashamed for yourself. And this is what you voted for. So sit in it. And for those who don't do that, and for those who didn't vote for Trump because you knew what you were going to get. He fucked you the first time. He's fucking you the second time. You must really just like to get fucked. I don't know. By a man. But back to what I was saying. I digress. Got a little off topic there. But for those who did not vote for this, I do have sympathy for you. But you better be housing and taking care of these people the way that they should be housed and taken care of. And for those of you who don't, because there's an awful lot of you, sit in that shit.
Alright folks, thank you so much for clicking on this video. Now, across different social medias, we've seen farmers crying out. Man, each and every day, farmers are suffering. American farmers are really suffering right now. And then, recently it got worse because their favorite, person, DT, have bailed out Argentina twice before bailing out these crying farmers. He sent the first $20 billion to Argentina, then he sent another one to help them out because their farmers in Argentina was not able to sell the soybeans. Then it come to the point where right now soybeans in Argentina is more favorable to the buyers than American soybeans. American soybeans is rotting there in the stores, in the farms, while Argentina soybeans is being sold easily. So these have caused American farmers angry, cry, do whatever they can do to get attention from DT, but what DT is doing, he doesn't care about them. Then there are these farmers who are suffering in Cyrus. These are black farmers. black farmers are really suffering in silence. Yes, they are not in this, but they've been suffering because of the discrimination, because of different policies of the USDA. Man, black farmers have been suffering in silence. No help, no one care, and even people have took their farmlands. They used to have huge farmlands, but they have lost it because they don't get support, they don't get help. USDA have cutted their support. Man, it is so crazy. It is very, very crazy to see black farmers, man, suffering just in silence. But these MAGA farmers, they always got bailout. Folks, tell me, what do you think about this topic? What do you think about these farmers? What do you think about black farmers? I'll come back with my commentary.
I want to talk about something that's not talked about that much. All these farmers, I don't know, 70, 80% of them vote for Trump. They got bailed out again. These guys get to be racist fucking assholes and vote for Trump even though it's going to hurt their business, and then call everybody else socialist and then get bailed out by us. If you know a farmer that voted for Trump and got help with the government, ridicule the fuck out of them. I'm sick of these fucks, man. They can't sell their crops to China anymore, but at least trans people are scared, right? E-I-E-I-O. Fuck American right-wing farmers. Fuck you. This is from me, and this is from the heart. You put us through the misery of having a racist asshole in charge, and you get bailed out both times. That's how much of a piece of shit you are. You know he hurts your bottom line, but you'll be bailed out. Fuck MAGA farmers. Fuck them. Peace the fuck out.
Damn it, Obama and Biden. Because of you all, the United States can't sell their soybean, and farmers in West Virginia can't sell their shit, and they're going to lose their homes. And if it wasn't for Biden and Obama, none of that would happen, because then Trump wouldn't have had any reason to go to war with China. And they wouldn't have any reason to be boycotting. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. And I'm not going to lie. We were talking about how we want to feel bad for the farmers, because what happens to them happens to us. The problem is they didn't care what was going to happen to us, and it's happening to them first. And you cannot feel sorry for farmers when they done this to themselves. They done this. They endorsed him. They all went out and voted for him, knowing what he did to them his first term. They're like, well, he won't do it again. Okay. Anyway, it's just hard to feel sorry for him. We're all in trouble here. But you know what? They were hell-bent on fucking around and finding out for the second time. And they put us all in this position, not just them. A lot of people, a lot of companies, and a lot of companies are like, oh, well, we messed up. You sure did. Live with it. We have to live with your decision, so enjoy that shit. Take power with it. With your full chest. Remind yourself every morning when your company's going down the shitter, especially if you're a small company. Because they like the big companies. They just don't like the small businesses. They ain't for all that shit. With your full chest, make sure you tell yourself every morning, we done this. Have a great day.
What started out as a $20 billion bailout is now a $40 billion bailout for Argentina. And I just do not get this. We are letting farmers in this country practically lose their business and forced into bankruptcy because of this tariff war Trump started. And now we're sending $40 billion to a country who has been filling the void from those American farmers. I mean, I just don't know why we're doing this. What's the end game here? I thought this administration was America first. Why are we making Argentina first? I mean, what's the angle here? I honestly do not understand what the angle is with Argentina. And why we are sacrificing the farmers of this country which there are literally not many family farms left. Most farms in this country now are corporate run farms. But why are we sacrificing those farms to hold up another country?
What was that? American farmers are being decimated? Oh, cry me a little baby river. I voted for you to keep your motherfucking farm. I screamed on the internet to every farmer in America that would listen, please don't vote for him because you're going to lose your farm. Guess what? I love being fucking right. And I hate that you're losing your farm, but I voted for you to keep your farm. And you voted for you to give your farm to the federal fucking government, aka JD Vance's real estate company, who's just coming in and scooping up all those bankrupted farms. So no, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Because right now, if there was an election tomorrow, these motherfuckers would be signing their foreclosure paperwork at the same time voting for him again. So I don't give a fuck. What is about to happen to American grocery stores in the next 3 to 6 months? We are all gonna fucking suffer. We are all going to pay the price for your stupid fucking vote. So no, I'm not happy that the grocery stores are gonna be pretty bare and the prices are going to be pretty fucking high. But if the price was to pay for you to fucking wake up and realize that this goddamn regime is the reason that you've lost everything, your home, your equipment, your farm, your job, your livelihood, your life, you gave that to Donald Trump and JD Vance.
Because of many factors, including tariffs, including trade wars, have caused these farmers to lose their markets, to lose everything they have been working for. But what you're not forgetting is that these farmers, man, they voted against themselves. They voted against themselves. The guy they voted, he doesn't care about them. So that's why they're crying for bailouts, which I believe bailout is not going to help them. For me, I believe they can get back their markets so farmers can keep going on. I want to tell you something that happened in 2021 on black farmers. There was this American Rescue Plan of 2021. It was to allocate 4 billion of debt relief, specifically for socially disadvantaged farmers and ranchers, which included black farmers, in recognition of long history and systematic discrimination by USDA. Then comes white farmers who filed multiple lawsuits across several states denying that black farmers can get this 4 billion for debt relief. They voted to deny. They filed multiple lawsuits because they don't want the black farmers to get the debt relief. It happens and it's true. So this is exactly the proof and the sign that black farmers have been suffering for ages. Ages. People don't want them to prosper. Okay, they lost their huge farmers. They lost their huge farms they used to have. USDA have, cut many supports for these farmers. That's exactly the proof that black farmers have been really suffering. So therefore, black farmers did not get that specific 4 billion debt relief as it was originally designed. So the black farmers often suffer in silence due to a combination of historical systematic discrimination, economic vulnerability, and fear of retaliation from the very institution that meant to support them. If we say they are suffering in silence, this is exactly what we mean. Because no one helped them, no one cared about them. But then we have the farmers who always got themselves into problems, then they always got bailouts each and every day. People's taxes are going into their farms. So what we know exactly is the tariffs imposed on major trading partners led to swift and severe retaliatory tariffs on U.S. agriculture exports, particularly soybeans. This effectively gutted key export markets like China, resulting in huge unmarketable surpluses and collapsing prices. The farmers are seeking bailouts not due to a natural disaster, but from economic disruption caused by a policy they largely voted to support. Which, on my behalf, I believe that these farmers, they don't need exactly the bailouts. You can bail out someone who have faced a natural disaster. But bailing out someone who voted against himself, who, hurt him or herself, and votes for policies that affect them, you cannot bail out that person. It is not the first time, not the second time. They always want bailouts. Why? Those are people's taxes going into your firms. You efferent, you find out. That's how exactly should be. So I don't believe that farmers really need bailouts. They need the market. Give them back China markets. But how? China is not ready to come back. Because your soybeans is more expensive than Argentina soybeans. And then when this is where the drama got worse. Their favorite person, the lovely DT, have supported Argentina and ignored those very farmers who trusted him, who voted him, who given him everything. You see farmers? Then farmers come out, man, DT betrayed us. This is a great betrayal. Of course, he doesn't care about you. He doesn't know you. Just suffer. Suffer. It is your time to suffer because of your actions. So for the white farmers, the federal government act as a safety net, even often voting for policies that harm them. They have political power to demand, often receive emergency relief, billions of dollars in directly aid to compensate for lost profits. That's how they got raised. If you raise your child like that, whenever he got himself in trouble, you just help. That's how he's going to grow. So that's how farmers also are. That's how they used to be. They are thinking that, wherever we do, we have people who gonna bail out. There are people's taxes waiting for us to bail out us. We are ready to take those taxes. And people are angry because you always take their taxes into your firms and you always vote against your own interest. You always hate yourself and, you don't care about it. You're just there, you don't care. But when we come to the black farmers who are always excluded, they are not included. The federal government, historically, the USDA, act as obstacle. They have been systematically denied access to the standard safety net for decades, leading to the loss of millions of acres of land. They suffer in silence because they know the system is not designed to support them in the first place, and speaking out often leads to retaliation. Yeah. Man, I feel these black farmers. Tell me, what do you think about black farmers? Do you support black farmers? All right. So folks, tell me, what do you think about this topic? How these, farmers, they always get bailouts whenever they do wrong, but there are forgotten farmers out there who are always excluded by the policies, and no one talks about it. Everyone just keep quiet because no one cares about them. I am a presenter, Fikazo. Thank you so much for clicking. Please don't go without subscribing.